It's all about Maxi Priest right now on the Tanya Mullings Show, working our way up to conversations with Rico vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. Easy to love. Big up yourself, calling Bobby York, you don't know.
Listen, baby, I've been up and down. This whole world I've been around. Something special in you I found. You lift me up when I am down.
Fire, baby.
You make it easy. Easy to love you, baby. You make it easy. Easy to love you, baby. Girl, I know you must be getting tired of the same old lie. So listen to me, trust I ain't never gonna waste your time. Whenever emotions bust, whenever you cross my mind. See, I thought I'd seen it all before, but you got something that I can't deny. Baby, I've been up and down. This whole world I've been around. Something special in you I found. You lift me up when I am down. You make it easy. Easy to love you, baby. You make it easy. Easy to love you, baby. Girl, loving you is so easy.
Fire, baby.
Loving you is so easy. See, I've been living on my own for the longest time. And everything, it seems so easy ever since it came into my life. And I don't really know the reason, but I thank God every night. And then I say a little prayer for you, baby, don't you ever change your style. Baby, I've been up and down. This whole world I've been around. Something special in you I found. You lift me up when I am down. You make it easy. Easy to love you, baby. You make it easy. Easy to love you, baby. Girl, loving you is so easy. Loving you is so easy. Oh, yeah.
That's the title track right there to the album, Easy to Love. Get it on BP Records. You got it locked to the Tanya Mullings Show right here on theflavorradio.com. We're not going to hesitate much longer. We're going to turn it over to Rico Vibes and bring you so much more music from Maxi Priest after the interview. Take it away, boss.
Once again, it's yours truly, Rico Vibes, right here on theflavorradio.com. Also, conversations with Rico Vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. We got a special guest today. It's a special edition of Conversation. And my special guest today is the one, the only, Mr. Maxi Priest. How are you, sir?
Oh man, I am tired in one way,
Yeah.
but excited in another, and rearing to go. Because obviously we're here to do the festival, the
Right.
Jerk Festival in Atlanta area.
Right. Now, let's go back a bit. You know, the listeners. You know, we're live in the
How
UK.
far back do you want to go back? I mean, hey.
We're live in the UK. We're live in the Gambia, Africa.
Oh,
we're
wow.
live in Canada. We're live in Germany. I mean, we're live all
Wonderful.
around the world.
Hey,
So for the folks who may not know who Maxi Priest is, you know, I know you back from the 80s, but just tell the folks, first of all, your name, Maxi.
Well, my name's Maxi Priest. I created from 12 Tribe of Israel. I'm from the tribe of Levi, and the Levites are the priests. So, and I was born or christened by my parents as Max Elliott, and I just thought it kind of made a nice little ring to it. And now when you look back at it, I don't think there is anybody else out there that's named Maxi Priest.
Not at all.
So,
How did the priest?
it's very strange because when you look at it that way, then you kind of think, well, then maybe this was my destiny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is how things were supposed to unfold for me, you know? Maxi Priest, as I said, is from the 12th tribe of Israel. So my name Max, and then Maxi Priest.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how did you get started? When did you get started, and how did you get started?
I'm not very good at dates, for one, but I've been around sound system from a very early age. I would say in the 70s, middle 70s. I've been around sound system. I kind of, at the time, I thought, damn, all my life,
Right.
But in one way or another, building speaker boxes, following sound systems, helping to carry speaker boxes with the record boxes with the great sounds like Jashaka, Coxsone, Frontline, all of these sounds coming all the way up to Saxon International, which we created our kind of live performance around the sound system, which kind of made us unique at the time. A lot of that was mostly done in Jamaica, and then we kind of adapted that and brought it and kind of brought that up in England.
The UK, right? Where in the UK?
In southeast London, which my grounds would be like Lewisham, New Cross, Peckham, Brixton. Those were our areas. But when with sound system, you become a young traveling man,
right.
Because you play north, south, east, west, London, and then outside of London, traveling to Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool, all of these different places that a lot of folks in our area wouldn't necessarily have traveled to.
Now, growing up, who did you listen to? Who was some of your favorites?
I listened to so many different people. It's only now that I kind of look back and I think to myself, well, it's weird because I used to listen to a lot of musicals. And, I can remember my brothers and sisters and would want me to kind of turn it over, can we watch something else, some cowboy movie or something like that.
Right.
And I just would be so intrigued with, I guess, the art of singing. Not really conscious. So, I guess conscious, but not really knowing exactly what I was doing with it. You know what I'm saying? But from a very early age, I figured out that I could open my mouth and kind of make a sound that would somewhat be pleasing to the other folks around me, and also it would be a sanctuary for me. It'd be a place where I could go to, whether I be happy, sad, upset. I could always go back to that and sing and somewhat feel at home, or feel comfortable, or feel comfort.
So at an early age, you knew this is what you wanted to do.
I'm sitting here going, I knew that, but it was more of just a natural reaction. And if somebody pinches you, you kind of know it hurts. Do you know what I'm saying? And if they pinch you here, you kind of know where the spot is. And that's how it kind of felt with me, with my voice. I just felt like I had the spot in my DNA, in my makeup, that I could go to, for any kind of feelings, and then consciously or subconsciously, like I said, I would watch a lot of these movies, singing movies with Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and all of these kind of cats. And obviously at that time I didn't know what I was going to end up doing, you know, but I just nurtured that feeling. And then obviously with the support of also my family, because we come from a very church background. You know, my mother was a missionary in Pentecostal church. So all of us grew up in church from baby. You know what I'm saying? We were in the church. If my mother was pregnant, we were in the church, you know, until we were born, and we grew up in that. And so singing was a part of my family. It was a part of it's a part of our culture. It was a part of our way of life, you know, that I guess when you think about it and you look back at let's go way back to slavery, you can understand, or I can understand now where the attachment, you know what I'm saying? And also being able to sing, I can definitely understand that. You know, it was a place where it was weird, because I would find myself, you know, we only had a 3-bedroom home with 9 brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? And they would find me under the bed because you know, the home was very strict, you know, one TV, very strict, and sometimes you just want to find somewhere to get away. Do you know what I'm saying?
And under the bed was your place.
Hey, you know, it sounds weird, but at the time it was the right thing to do.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because you have to understand, our parents, them are one of the first set of people them to kind of come to England. You know what I'm saying? Migrating from Jamaica, and then with facing all the racism and all that kind of stuff that came with it, you know. So you can imagine a working man, maybe £25 a week, feeding 9 kids, trying to keep everybody together, you know. So if we were watching the TV, then, you know, everybody would be in the front room. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know, make sure the light is off, you know.
Yes.
Make sure you don't waste no electricity. Make sure you don't do this, make sure you don't do that. You know, and obviously at the time it was frustrating. You couldn't understand it.
Right.
You know, but now as a man, you know, you look back and you think, wow, I have so much respect for my parents and parents of that era, that were pioneers for us. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We were angry. We couldn't understand. We never.
Of course, you're kids.
Really get it.
Kids,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, you know. So I guess the point that I was making is that we couldn't really go out. Mm-hmm. You couldn't go in the garden. You couldn't go out the front door. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the neighbor was white, and then they wouldn't agree with my parents, and it's just weird, you know. But that was just my dad just trying to keep keep everything together, you know. Come on, let's keep this together, you know.
Now being around sound systems as early as you have, how do you think that influenced you as an artist?
Oh, I mean, massively. Both my life and obviously my life is being an artist, but both just a way of life growing up in England. The sound system did so much. It brought a massive camaraderie amongst ethnic people, you know, and then going to school with white people also brought them into it. So it brought a unification, a way of life, you know, and it was a grounds to share our culture and exchange our thoughts without racism. Do you know what I'm saying?
Did you experience a lot of racism back?
Oh,
in those
massively.
days?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Going to school and fighting and.
How did you handle it?
People telling you go back home, and you kind of wonder where's home.
Wow. Because you were born in England.
Yeah, and then you're kind of going, but in saying that, in the back of our heads, we always knew that there was a home that our parents spoke about.
Other than.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it kind of made you feel, I'm somebody.
Gotcha.
Don't play with me. I'm somebody.
Right.
I am somebody, and that would give us groundation and somewhat not be such an easy pushover.
Gotcha.
And it was that anger and that many of us who grew up under the same kind of situations pushed us to a lot of the riots that went on. Standing up for ourselves and the support of a lot of liberal white folks that thought that equal rights was the right thing to be doing. But I don't want to stray from the fact that I just had to add that in because sound system is very, very important. It played a major part worldwide.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? People may look at it and kind of go, cha, sound system, cha.
Right.
It played a major role because there's a lot of people that grew up in America that use a similar kind of culture, similar strategy of finding some home ground for themselves. Do you know what I'm saying?
Once again, folks, it's yours truly, Rico Vibes. We're here talking with Maxi Priest for the FlavorRadio.com and, of course, conversation with Rico Vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. Now, fast forward to your first big hit. I remember, for me, it was Wild World. What was it for you?
What was it for me? My first hit, I would probably say, is Should I?
Should I?
Yeah. It would probably be Should I.
Okay. Should I have faith in you?
Yeah, amongst our people. And then majorly would be I think Strolling On.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you ask me these questions and I'm like kind of going, whoa, and I should know these answers, but it's like, to me, I just have this fuel in me that says every day is a new page, and I tend to kind of look forward in creating a new day, more so than looking back. So sometimes other people have a lot more information than I do of my own self.
Well, I'm going to throw out a lot at you, though. For instance, House Call.
House Call, yeah.
What does that brings to mind when I say the name House Call?
Well, it adds to the sound system situation.
Okay.
By that time, I had already had quite a bit of success.
Right.
I'd already been out there,
Right.
major record company for a period of time. And I met up with a specialist who was managing Shabba at the time, coming from a similar kind of background, sound system and also music.
Right.
But my drive was always that I always supported DJing. And I don't mean DJing as in spinning records.
Right.
I mean DJing as in what you might call rapping today.
Right.
Being around the sound system, I was around the sound system with Philip Levi, Peter Kin, Smiley Culture, Tipper Irie, Asher Senator, and the list goes on, And that was my life. You know, that was how I was the singer amongst all of these DJs.
Gotcha.
So when I got a break in the situation, I always wanted to have this combination of singer, DJ, you know, and what better person to pick, you know?
So
or what
was
better,
that your choice to pick? You know, like,
It was very much. I don't know whether it was my choice, but it was very much my asking.
gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, it was my choice to do this or that." I'm gonna say that me and Specialist sat down and we spoke about this numerous of times. Do you know what I'm saying? And we just thought that the success of both people made sense, and also we're coming from the same kind of grounds, so we're on the same road trying to make the same grounds. So you know, as the old saying goes, you know, two heads better than one.
Roberta Flack.
Well, Roberta called my home.
Called your home.
Yeah, and
How many people can say Roberta called my home?
she called my home.
Yeah.
And my sister answered the phone and told me Roberta Flack's on the phone. And I sat there and I thought, joke business you talking about. Roberta Flack calling me. And wow, I got on the phone and I wasn't sure. And she asked me if I would be interested in doing something. And you know, that in itself just.
So when did you really realize that it was her? Like, when did you start saying this?
I guess when we, you know, as you talk on the phone, you begin to understand the kind of deal that is putting out, or the suggestions that are being put out on the table.
Gotcha.
And who we would work with and how we'd get it done and so forth. Then you soon start realizing whether it's serious or not. But working with Roberta, I just felt like, wow, I've achieved something.
Yes.
You know, I can turn to my parents' age group and say, I'm doing something with Roberta Flack. They can recognize that.
And it was a beautiful song.
They understand it.
Beautiful song. Set the night to music.
Yeah, they understand it. And the reason why I say this, right, is because I just think that when you somewhat have a support from the elders before you, I think it gives you groundation.
Absolutely.
I've seen so many artists come out and what they're doing has no love from the elders, and it's almost like a weak limb. Am I making sense?
Oh,
here?
absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I
And I just feel like being part of the elders, or the elders being able to say, I like that. It just means, I think it means
kind of
a lot.
validation.
It's a validation, exactly.
Once again, folks, we're talking live with Maxi Priest. Now, one of my favorite songs, and a lot of folks in the Caribbean community probably don't even know this song, but it's Leave It Now,
Oh wow.
Maxi Priest, Wait in Vain.
Well, they know the song.
They know the song, of course. It's a Bob Marley
great
classic.
Bob Marley classic.
But your version with Leave It Now to me, is a classic.
Yeah.
I mean, it took the song to another level, in my opinion.
The album was called Marley with a Twist or something like
I don't remember
this.
the album, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, don't ask me either.
But that song just stood out.
Yeah,
How did that collaboration come about?
again, you know, Lee asked me to do a duet, and you know, Lee Right Now is a big man in the thing, and also a different angle. of from where I come from, which to me it broadens me, is what I think. This is my opinion, this is not anybody else's opinion.
Right.
It's just my opinion, and I came into this business thinking that I want to be able to spread my wings across the thing. First and foremost, I have such a respect for the art, and I don't think that the art should be pigeonholed in anything, because I spent a lot of time with major record companies trying to pigeonhole the thing. And some of that is because they were probably trying to understand it themselves.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to blame anybody for that.
Gotcha.
Although there were times. But I came in it with a very open mind that I wanted to spread the music across the world to all genres, to spread the art across to all genres, share the music with all black, white, blue, pink, it doesn't matter where you come from, people. And I think I got a lot of that from the inspiration of Bob Marley, because it's my opinion of what I thought that Bob was doing.
Gotcha.
Because I thought that Bob was somewhat breaking it down to bridge that gap between different people.
Two covers that you've done. Obviously Wild World.
Yeah.
Cover. And when you listen to these covers, it almost sounds like you forgot about the originals. Wild World and Crazy Love.
Yeah.
What's the response? I mean, obviously we know the response in dance hall. But what's the response that you get for those two songs, specifically worldwide?
Oh man, I mean, as soon as the intro starts, it's a very exciting feeling.
Wow.
With the response that I get. Wild World, it's funny because at the time I put out my first album, I was on Virgin Records, and I remember Ziggy Marley was on the label at the time, Virgin, and he was doing very well in the States. And Virgin was saying, we can't really release another reggae artist at the same time on the same label in America. And it was very confusing at the time. I just couldn't understand it, because when you look at the pop world, there was a whole lot of people.
Yep.
When you look at the R&B world, there was a whole lot of people that were being put out at the same time. When you look at jazz,
right,
the list goes on.
Right.
And I was just confused. But understanding where I'm coming from. Yeah. A very good friend of mine who ended up managing Shaggy, and brought Shaggy to the forefront of this as well. Robert Livingston.
Sting?
Robert Livingston, yeah. And he was bringing a lot of my music independently, importing it into the United States, and doing business with a lot of the record shops at the time, and based on that, forced the hand of Virgin to then release my album. Wow! And then when the album came out, flying goes Wild World in the top of the reggae charts, 5 in the Billboard charts, in the R&B charts, and crazy enough in the country western charts.
Really?
Yeah. So it just you know, it was like it was there, and we were just fighting to get this thing out in the States. And
Cat Stevens, have you ever met him?
never met him. I remember around about that time, I don't know if you remember, they were trying to boycott him.
Yes.
And all of that. And for the grace of God, my thing was just cutting through all of that.
Yeah. Wow.
It was just cutting right the way through all the time that they were looking to boycott him based on Muslim thing and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
It's just
so, closer to you.
Yeah.
Closer to you. Talk about that single.
I remember I was doing some writing for a new album, and I was writing with two good friends of mine, Gary Benson and Winston Sellers, and I used to have to travel from South London to North London, long kind of drive, and beautiful summer day, and I was in my Jeep and windows down, sunroof kicked back, and I just remember driving and having fun and just kind of going, I just wanna be close to you, you know, and just singing just that. I just wanna be close to you. And I sung that all the way to the studio, and we were working on some other stuff at the time, and everybody was like, where do you get that from? And I was like, yo, just kicking it in the car. And we put everything else down, and we started to write this song, and then we thought, well, damn, you know, have you ever tried to rap? You know? And I was like, you sure about it? I mean, we could easily get somebody come and do a rap. And they said, look, just try it, you know? And we wrote out a bunch of lyrics, and you know, she was a Jezebel, this Brixton queen, living a life like a backstreet dream. And it just rolled out, and I'm trying to say, look, let somebody else do it, and everybody else is going, no, it's cool, Max, just chill, because I'm coming from rappers. I'm coming from, when I say rappers, DJs, you know. But I use the word rappers so that, you know, some folks can understand. And I'm going, it ain't legit, you know, and they're going, it's cool, it's okay. And I guess the rest is history.
It's history. Fast forward 2014, you released Easy to Love.
Yeah.
Talk about that album. I know the last time I interviewed you were here in Atlanta performing at Footprints.
Yes.
And you were talking about the album coming out then. It hadn't been released yet.
Okay.
And you were talking about it's going to be a wicked album. And you know, it was about maybe a year and a half before.
And I guess I prophesied something.
Yes.
Damn.
And then I heard VP Records sent me the album. And I sat down and I listened to every track on the album. What I must say it was a well-produced, or is a well-produced album.
Thank you.
What went into that album? What labor of love went into that album?
Exactly that. Love, you know. In the studio, kicking it one day, doing some whole lot of dub plates for some Japanese sound systems and stuff. And a friend of mine from Wolverhampton comes up to the studio, and he called me. I remember he called me, and I went outside to see him, and he was playing me this rhythm track, and he was saying, "Yo, Priest, I got them rhythm track here for the pan." And I'm like, "Whose rhythm track is it?" He said, "Bulby York, man, Bulby." I'm like, "Bulby's rhythm track." I'm like, "Yo, I like this." So I went straight into the studio, put it on. Me and my brethren, Livingston Brown, sat there, wrote the song, voiced it, and I sent it to Bulby the same day. And Bulby said, "Listen, King, I ain't waiting on no record label. I'm putting it out." And I said, "You know what? I ain't stopping you. Do what you're doing." And he put it out, and love. And then VP started to talk to me about maybe we should do an album.
So prior to that, you weren't thinking about doing it, because it was a space in between albums.
Yeah, because you know, I spent many years. I spent 16, 17 years on Virgin Records. And when I was no longer with Virgin Records, you know, I was just trying to find where the music business was, because with the computer coming in, the downloads, the business was just changing right before my eyes. It was just changing. It was very difficult to understand where the goalpost was. You know, you kick the ball, the goalpost move. You know, and it went on like that for a while, and I just thought, you know what? Let me go on tour. And obviously I'm fortunate enough to know that I had a few hits, and I've got enough of a package to kind of keep me going. And while we're touring, we can then kind of think about where it is, or let it settle for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I kept going on, and the time kept burning, and I'm getting frustrated, and I'm making records, and we're making ton loads of records, but not putting anything out. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just very strange that Bulby would call me down the phone after me sending it to him, and say to me, I ain't waiting on no record company. Do you know what I'm saying? And by me allowing him to fly the gate, I realized that maybe people like me, or maybe people still kind of into what I do.
Do you ever get a doubt?
It's not a doubt. It's just that I'm not cocky or not big-headed. That's not my life. I come from a very humble background, and you know, I like to stay humble. I love my integrity. I love that about me.
That's the one thing I like about you. When I met you for the first time, you were very approachable. You know, you joke around with everybody.
Yeah, and there's no other way to be. I don't see any other way.
Right.
I don't know why there is any other way. Because at the end of the day, we're born, we live, we're dead. You know, and that might sound so harsh, but there's 2 tickets that we get. And you can't run from those 2 tickets. One in and one out. It's what you do in the middle. So no care how much money you have in the world, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna leave it.
Once again, folks, we're sitting and talking with Maxi Priest. Now, the collaborations we just talked about, you've done many. Do you have anyone that you would have, you know, on your wish list, so to speak, your bucket list, so to speak?
I mean, there's so many, because I have such a love for the art of this music. I'd love to do something with Rihanna. I would love to have done something with Marvin Gaye. I would have loved to have done something with Jacob Miller, Bob Marley, you know. I would love to do something with Miguel. I'd love to do something with Chronics. There is so many people. My door is an open door. I come from a very large family. I love people.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It's not a sit down and it's all about me kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about all of us. And it's up to all of us to be a part of creating this thing into something tremendous, that when we're no longer here, somebody might talk about it.
Wow. Is that what you want your legacy to be?
It's not that I'm sitting here thinking that's what I want my legacy to be. I just know that before me were prophets. Moses and David and Solomon and all these men were real men.
Right.
And we are here today still talking about them.
Absolutely.
And I believe that each and every one of us has the power to be recognized in that way. Do you know what I'm saying? We have the power to do something valuable within the time that we have.
Is there anything that you haven't done? Not just in the record business, but just
there's a lot of things I haven't done. Wow, there's a lot of things that I haven't done. There's a lot of things that I would love to do that maybe I don't necessarily have the equipment to do.
How about kids? Do you have kids?
Yeah, I have 8.
8 kids?
Yes.
Wow.
I have 8 wonderful kids.
Wow. Okay.
You know?
How old is the oldest and how old is the youngest?
The youngest one is 18. And the oldest one is up there.
Okay. Okay. Once again, folks, we're talking live with Maxi. Please, before you go, man, what message? You know, we've talked a lot about different things in this time that we've been talking. But what specific message would you like the world to get?
Love.
From Maxi.
Love in its entirety. Love in every aspect. Respect in every aspect. Appreciation for other people, from people from different cultures, you know. And I truly mean this, you know what I'm saying? I want us to find a solid unification so that we can make the world a better place.
What are you working on now? What's for 2015, 2016 and beyond? What's
right now? Honestly, I'm working on this album.
Easy to Love.
Yes, because as again, the business has changed.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's a big, beautiful world out there. So we have to promote this. You know, by talking to you, by you doing your thing with it, helps it to promote.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then hopefully out of what you do, we get another 15, 20 people out of it that promote it and move it along. And even though there's internet, you know, we still have to do the footwork.
Yep.
You know, and that requires time and effort and dedication. You know, it would be very easy for me, especially in this day and age, to just go in the studio and make more records.
Right.
But make more records to pile on top of more records, that don't make no sense.
Gotcha.
It doesn't give the album a chance to then survive a period of time.
So by that notion, what's the next single?
At the moment, we have some new singles that there's a lot of remixes going on.
Okay.
As well as we've also decided to put out a new single just as a gift, you know. Mm-hmm. Because people's attention span seems to be very short nowadays.
Very short.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, you know, out of respect for the support that they've given us with the album, we're putting out another new track, and then we'll warm that to the next progress, and then we might put something out new again, and then we'll warm that to the, you know, that's the strategy.
I know there's a video for Easy to Love. Is there any?
We intend to do video for this for this album, which is the conversation that we've been having so far.
Gotcha.
Again, and also I've been touring, you know, so, you know, in order to do videos, you also got to be one place at the same time.
At the same time, true.
So, I'm one person, and until they clown me, then clone me.
Clone you.
Clown me. Clone me.
Now, you know, again,
I guess I gotta work with it.
The ladies love you. You know, I went to the last show you did here at the the amphitheater with Beres last year,
Mm-hmm.
and you came down into the audience, which is something that not too many artists do. and I mean, you just tore it up. So sing something. I mean, again, we're live in Gambia, we're live in Germany, we're live in Canada, all over the world. Just something, anything for the ladies before you go.
Baby, I've been up and down. This whole world I've been around. Something special in you I found. You lift me up when I am down. Girl, you make it easy. Easy to love you, baby.
I know the ladies gonna love that, man. Social media information before you go. Let them know where they can follow you on social media.
Instagram, Twitter, The Real Maxi Priest, Maxi Priest, Facebook, and I'm sure if you type in Maxi Priest anywhere on that internet, I'll come up.
Do you have a website?
Yes, www.maxipriest.com.
Okay, all right. Simple enough.
I can't believe I stuttered. You know,
And
because we're so into Twitter and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. It's like, wow, webpage.
I went into your Twitter earlier and you said, "Oh, I'm on my way to Atlanta." I think it was 2 posts earlier today.
Yeah.
Easy to Love is the name of the album.
That's right. That's where we're at the moment.
I mean, we've been playing it for the last year and change.
Well, you know, back in the day for us, you know, an album would last 2-3 years.
You're right.
You know, even 4 years.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think that we somewhat need to keep control of that.
Yeah.
Because too much of anything can be good.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? More quality than quantity.
Easier said than done in this day and age, though.
It is easily said and done, but until we have some form of control over that, I think a lot of good things are going to slip through the crack.
And it's happening. A lot of good things are slipping.
Exactly. And then we're wondering, how come this artist don't get a breakthrough?
Yeah.
Or how come this artist don't get a blight or whatever? Because it just seems to be like a mill. And it's very difficult to count the chips off the wood when it's going through the mill.
True. It's almost impossible.
Exactly. And I think we need to address this. We need to address that. Because even songs now, when they're being played by a lot of DJs, are not 3 minutes long anymore.
Yeah. You're right.
They're a minute and a half.
You're right.
2 minutes. You know, and we somewhat got to have some sort of control of what is going on. You know.
You know what? It's a pleasure meeting you again.
King, it's an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. And when the next album comes out a few years down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit down again and talk about it, because there's still a lot of things that we need to address and we need to talk about, but we can't fit it all into one evening. Because there's so much other music that you've done that I would love to talk to you about, but we're gonna leave that for part 2.
Yeah, man.
All right. Maxi Priest, folks. The Tanya Mullings Show. Yours truly, Rico Vibes. The Rico Vibes One Drop Reggae Show right here on the Flavor Radio. Thank you.
Big up yourself, Rico Vibes. Nice interview as always. Thank you so much, Maxi Priest, for taking the time to pass through the Tanya Mullings Show. Girl, if I gave my heart to you, it's Maxi Priest.
What would you do with it? Ooh, tell me what would you do with it? Oh, baby.
Fire, baby.
I wanna know if I'm looking in the right direction. Am I receiving your full attention, or am I wasting my time? I wanna know, do you promise to love me dearly and never go away and leave me with just bitterness inside? And I'm not ashamed for being so cautious, for love ain't a game. No, it it ain't a game. So if I gave my heart to you, what would you do with it? Would you tear it apart, or would you look after it? If I gave my heart to you, what would you do with it? Would you tear it apart, or would you treasure it? Or what is the point in starting something you can't continue? With a broken heart, first aid can't help you, so you got to be sure from the start. For my heart is not made of unbreakable material. One thing about love, it's got to be mutual, or else someone is sure to be hurt. So don't think I'm vain for asking these questions, for love ain't a game. No, it ain't a game. So if I gave my heart to you, what would you do with it? Would you tear it apart, or would you look after it? If I gave my heart to you, what would you do with it? Would you tear it apart, or would you treasure it? Oh, baby. Somebody tell me, if I gave my heart to you, girl, so what would you do with it? Oh, baby, tell me, what would you do with it? Oh, yeah. Well, I hope that you're sure that what you say are facts and not illusions, and they possess the right solutions. To be sure, we will get through. For so many before me has given away their hearts completely without thinking over the matter too deeply, then realize when it's too late that love can be joy, but then again can be painful. For love ain't a game. No, it ain't a game. So if I gave my heart to you, what would you do with it? Would you tear it apart, or would you look after it? If I gave my heart to you, what would you do with it?
The album's called Easy to Love. You can get it on VP Records. If I Gave My Heart to You is this track. I love what Maxi said about the music. The artists have to make the music breathe. I totally agree with that. I've been saying that for years. Stop flooding the industry with too much music. Make good, everlasting music.
Somebody tell me.
Shout out everybody who's got it locked in. Zoom 96.1 FM in Antigua. Hope you're all enjoying the vibes.
Welcome to the future. This is theflavorradio.com.
This one's called Gravity.
Yo, what up? This is Maxi Priest, and you're listening to theflavorradio.com.
Against me, and gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, I'll never know what makes a man with all the love that his heart can stand. Dream of ways to throw it all away. Yeah. Gravity is working against me, and gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, twice as much ain't twice as good, and can't sustain like one half could. It's wanting more, it's gonna bring me to my knees. Gravity, oh, stay the hell away from me. twice as much, ain't twice as good, and can't sustain like one half could. It's wanting more, it's gonna bring me to my knees. Gravity is working against me, and gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, I'll never know what makes a man with all the love that his heart can stand. Dream of ways to throw it all away. Yeah. Gravity is working against me, and gravity wants to bring me down. Oh, twice as much ain't twice as good, and can't sustain like one half could. It's wanting more, it's gonna bring me to my knees. Gravity, won't you stay the hell away from me? Oh, gravity has taken a better man than me. Oh, how could it be? Tell me, how could it be? Oh, keep me where the light is. Come on, keep me where the light is. Keep me where the light is. Won't you keep me where the light is? Keep me where the light is. I wanna be where the light is. I wanna be where the light is. Keep me where the light is.
If you just tuned in, you just missed the interview with Maxi Freeze on Conversations with Rico Vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. But we'll make sure we get it up on YouTube for you. Bringing you cuts from his album, Easy to Love. This one's called Gravity. Shout out to Vibes FM 106.1 in the Gambia. Vibes 105.3 FM in Boston.
Dropping the hits 24/7. Yes, sir. TheFlavorRadio.com.
Gotta send a shout out to Father P. Big up yourself every time, you done know. Hope you're good. Hope the birthday bash turned out wicked. This one's called Holiday. Once again, it's Maxi Freeze.
I didn't think you'd be more than a mystery, 'cause you were like a fantasy, a woman of my dreams to me. But oh, 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 you're so warm in a world so cold. That is why I love you so. My supervisor's stressing me. I made so many enemies. It's taking all my energy, but I know everything will be alright. If I could have you by my side, and when I love you all through the night, it feels like a holiday. Hey, I feel your body on me like a summer breeze in the shade. Hey, and I've been working all week and my mind needs time to play. Like a holiday, oh won't you come my way? Next time that I need a break, I wanna love you like a holiday. Yeah. I wanna love you like a holiday. Yeah, yeah. There's never enough time left to hold you. You're slipping away out of my hands, and I don't wanna have to watch you leave, girl. So kiss up on my lips just once again. I don't want this night to end. It feels like a holiday. Hey, I feel your body on me like a summer breeze in the shade. Hey, could stay in your paradise. I keep the rhythm like a heartbeat between your thighs. Touch me with the warmth of your passion. Shiver good with the slightest reaction. All I need is to feel satisfaction running all over me. Like a holiday. Ay, I feel your body on me like a summer breeze in the shade. Ay, and I've been working all week and my mind needs time to play. Like a holiday. Oh, won't you come my way? Next time that I need a break, I wanna love you like a holiday. Yeah. I wanna love you like a holiday. Yeah, yeah. I wanna love you like a holiday. Yeah.
Love you like a holiday.
Yo, what up? This is Maxi Priest, and you're listening to the FlavorRadio.com.
That's Maxi Priest Holiday. And like I said, it's all about Maxi Priest right now on the Tanya Mullings Show. We're coming back and making the whole last hour all about Maxi Priest, bringing you some of his older tracks. Keep it locked.